inside the city, determine the square feet. Okay, so I want square feet for my answer, but I was given square miles. So I need to convert miles to feet. Round your answer to 2 decimal places. Now, right here, they give you the information that you need. Excuse me, I've got to sneeze. Remember that a mile is 5,280 feet. Okay, that is, I don't see that on this chart, but honestly, I'm not taking that much time to look. Okay, they give you that in the problem, so you don't need a conversion chart because they told you that. So if a square mile would be 5,280 times 5,280 square feet. Okay, let's put that in our calculator. So 5,280 times 5,280. Wow, it is a huge number. So we're talking 278,778,784 400. So back it up and put your commas. You'd have 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 there. So 27,878,400. To be perfectly honest, this question is more about large digits and place value than it is conversions. So this would be, let me go back. So we've got 20.3 miles squared, and we want to convert that to feet squared. Now remember, miles squared on the top would cancel with miles squared on the bottom. That would put feet squared up here. Now we just figured this out. A square mile is, so 1 square mile is this huge number, 27,878,400 feet squared. Now, again, this is really more practicing with large digits than it is anything else. All right, we're going to multiply our tops. So these two are going to get multiplied together. I already have that in my calculator, so I'll just multiply it by 20.3, and it is a tremendous number. Dividing by 1 does not change anything, so the answer here is 565931520. Let me make sure I put that in correctly. So put your 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, 565,931,520. Okay, this is how many square feet we have in the total town or city of Statesville. And they're saying that the entire U.S. population, which is 3.226 million, were to go inside the city limits. Now, what you want to do here is you want to convert this 3.226 million, you actually want to add the zeros. So this is what that'll look like. You put a 0 here, and then you fill in a comma where the decimal was, and you fill in zeros. So this is how many million. Again, this problem is really just practicing large digits. So 322,600,000 people, and this is going to tell you the square footage per person. I've got that in my calculator, so I'll just divide, making sure that I don't miss any zeros. And I get 1.75 feet squared per person. So the answer is, I guess this would be the correct answer, C. Moving right along, simple conversion there, but those digits are really, 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 really large. Number 3, when you knit something using a pattern, okay, I decided, let's scratch this. I had to pause my video. Let's scratch this. Let's just set this up as a proportion. I know that the My Open Math explains some of these as a proportion, so I think this is a good one to set up as a proportion. So you have 2.75 inches per stitch, so inches per stitch. And on the other side of your proportion, do not forget that if you have inches on the top and stitches on the bottom, it has to be, oh, I spelled that wrong, stitch. Okay, well, anyway, that says stitch. My Open Math, I know, explains some of this as proportions, and so this is a good one to do this way. So you've got, what does it say, 526 stitches. So you've got 526 stitches. The question is, how many inches is that? So we will cross multiply. So 1 times x is 1x. Let's see what 2.75 times 526 is 1446.5 inches. Okay, so that's how many inches you have. This would be the answer right here. And it says you're at a store that has in yards, you want to convert inches to yards. There's 36 inches in a yard. So again, I'm going to set up a proportion, lots of ways to do this. So we have 1,446.5 inches, and we want to know how many yards of fabric that would be. And we're told right here that there are 36 inches in 1 yard. So we'll put an X. Now, there are multiple ways to solve this problem, okay? I'm going back to a proportion here. I stopped the video, rewound it a little bit, and changed my mind. I was going to do a conversion, but I want to go back and do a proportion. I have not set many of these up using a proportion. I know that MyOpenMath does. You have some options. If it is a one-step conversion, you can make a conversion table, make a conversion chart, which is what I've done in the past, or you can use your proportions. We're getting close to the final exam, so I feel like now is a good time to review proportions. So I'm going to cross multiply this. 1446.5 equals 36x. Divide both sides by 36. Again, if it is a one-step conversion, you can use a proportion. And I'm getting 40.18 yards. Now, it says, what is the number of yards you will need? I'm not sure if they want that as a decimal, 40.18, or if they want you to round. You would actually have to round up and get 42 yards of fabric. So you'll have to play around with MyOpenMath and see which, it doesn't specify decimal values, I don't think. Maybe I overlooked it. But again, why did I set this up as a proportion? Number one, because it's getting close to the exam and I wanted to review it. Number two, you have some options. If it is a one-step conversion, you can use your conversion table, or you can use proportions. All right, this is talking about bread. I need to speed up a little bit. Let's see. Given that your recipe calls for 13.5 ounces of perfect pizza blend, how many cups will you need? All right, so we're talking about perfect pizza blend. Here's perfect pizza blend. This is what we're referring to. Now, here's a perfect example. I can set up my conversion chart, but I think I'm going to do a proportion here because it's easy. So we're going to convert 1 cup takes 4.25 ounces. This is what the perfect pizza blend flour. And we have 13.25 ounces. So we have 13.25 ounces. It has to go on the bottom because remember, for proportion, you have to set them up numerators matching and denominators matching. So we're going to cross multiply there. And it says give your answer as a decimal or a fraction. I'm going to move on from that because you can put that in your calculator. I want to make sure I have time for the last problem. This video is going to go through number 5, and then I have another video that picks up at number 6. Number 5, you're driving 92 miles per hour. Then how many meters per second are you driving? Okay, this is a great one to use your chart. So because it's more than one conversion, I have to convert miles to meters, and I have to convert hours to seconds. So because there's two things going on, this is the perfect time to use your conversion chart. I'm expecting someone in my home, so... All right, you are driving 92 miles per hour. We want to convert this to meters per second. So somewhere over here, we need to end up with meters on the top, and we need to end up with seconds on the bottom. And it's going to take us a few minutes to get there. So let's take care of the miles first, okay? I go to my conversion chart, which I printed out. 92 miles... all right, I see I can go from miles to kilometers, and then I guess I'll have to go from kilometers to meters. I don't see where it goes straight from miles to meters. Let's see, feet. Okay, so let's look at our conversion chart. I see that 1 mile is 1.61 kilometers. Okay, so this mile is going to cancel with this mile. Now I've got to get kilometers into meters. So I need this kilometers to cancel, and I'll have meters on the top. Now remember, this is my goal. I'm trying to get meters on top and seconds on the bottom. So here we go. I'm getting ready to have that meter on the top. I'll worry about the seconds next. This kilometer here will cancel with this kilometer here. This is on the prefix chart. So the prefixes tell you that kilo means 1,000. So 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Again, that is on your chart that describes the conversion prefixes. That's where I just got that fact. 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. All right, so I got what I want on the top. There's my meters. Now let's work on the hours. We know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay, so that takes care of this hour and this hour. But I don't want minutes, I want seconds. So I'd have to convert 1 minute is 60 seconds. And so this minute will cancel with this minute. Oh my goodness, I'm almost out of time. All right, so look at what we've got. We've got meters on the top, and we've got seconds on the bottom. Really, I should have just drawn my arrow there. All right, this one is pretty complicated to put into your calculator, so let me tell you as quickly as possible how to do this. You're going to put everything in